the base pay appointment, which is great, especially around school, another job, life in general. I know it's busy, but what you're going to learn through this job is that you have the opportunity to grow. You can grow personally, financially, socially, whatever it may be, just as long as you're willing to grow. So, the activity that we're going to do is actually something that I learned from Alex Mazurek. He's over in the Rocky Mountain Division. If you know who Drew Frank is, this guy was taught by Drew Frank himself. So this activity helped me reach 10K in sales and helped me understand the impact that Vector can have on your life. So what I need all of you to do right now is grab notebooks, pens, Google Docs, whatever your note-taking style is. And then whenever you're ready, go ahead and title the top of the page 10 Steps to Growing in 2021. Just give me a thumbs up or like a head nod when you're ready. All right, cool. Okay, so the first thing you can write down, step number 1, think about where you're at right now. So with this, I want you to reserve judgment. Do not judge yourself at all. Just think about just being aware of who you're spending time with, how you're using that time. How do you feel about the path that you're on right now? Don't let any of your weaknesses define you or discourage you. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just think about it. Acknowledging all these weaknesses is definitely the start of progression towards a better you. So step number 2, think about where you want to be in 2021. For some of you, that might be graduating this spring. It could be having a good GPA, making the dean's list. Could be being a better girlfriend or boyfriend, a better friend, better daughter, better son. Could be selling more, being a better rep, being more accountable. Maybe it's being financially stable. Do you want to be able to pay for school in full? Win that All-American scholarship. That could be something. Going on vacations, having a different mindset. Maybe you want to read more books. I'll give you a minute to think about that one before we move on. So the next step, step number 3, figure out your why. So I think this is the most important, especially as we go into the push coming up here. People don't buy what you're selling, they buy why you're selling it. And that's really, really important going into your demos and understanding that. So it's okay to be vulnerable during this part of your presentation. So, you know, like if I hit this goal, I'll be able to pay my tuition in full. Maybe you've never been able to do that before. That's something that means a lot to you. Be vulnerable. So my example for my why, I'll give it to you guys. I say, Mrs. Jones, the reason that I'm working with Cutco is to gain skills and experience that'll set me apart from other college graduates. Tens of thousands of graduates don't end up going into the field they studied because it's so competitive, and I just don't want to be one of those people. Another reason is that I'm trying to graduate debt-free. I am 100% financially responsible for my education, and I'm done taking out loans and asking mom and dad for money. I'm using this as an opportunity to take full control of my life and take responsibility for myself. So something along the lines of that, whatever you guys choose. So maybe some of you do want to graduate debt-free. Maybe you want to give back to your parents. Maybe you want to set up a travel fund, make a down payment on a house, save up for that first down payment, pay off your car. So think about what you say right now in your demos and think about what you want to say. All right, next step. What is it going to take to get there? This could be time management, just simply discipline. Are you going to trade out the hour that you watch TikToks before bed for a podcast? Are you going to trade the hour that you play video games for a book? And it's important to understand the difference between motivation and discipline as well. So motivation, I know we've probably talked about this before, but motivation is just an emotion of wanting to do something. Like you're motivated to work out this year and lose 30 pounds. You're excited to do that. But discipline is doing the thing that needs to be done to its full potential, regardless of how you feel, whether you feel like doing it or not. Discipline is what's going to get you to the gym. Discipline is what's going to make you work out, and eventually you will lose pounds. Next step, what are the steps or milestones on the way there? What are the little things that you need to incorporate in your daily schedule to help you get there? This could simply just, Jason loves the Google Calendar. Everyone should have a Google Calendar. I love it. Make a schedule, stick to that schedule. That goes back to discipline, whether you feel like doing it or not. Prioritizing certain things in your schedule. Make a list every day. What are the 3 most important things that you need to get done during the day? Next step is habits. So there's 4 categories of habits that I'll talk about. The first category is personal. These are your personal habits. So this could be making a vision board for yourself, something to set up your day where you wake up and you see all the things that you want to accomplish. I have a vision board. Joe has a vision board. I can send that in the group chat after I'm done if you guys want to see what that kind of looks like. It could just be one fun thing. What's one thing you like to do throughout the day that's your personal time? That could just be like spending 5 minutes alone. That could be watching 5 minutes of TikToks, whatever you guys want to do. Could be picking one day a week to spend time with your finances. Look over your week and see where your money was going towards and what you could do better to save that money for something else. Second category is professional. So this could be little daily things you could do, like showing up 10 minutes early to your demos. Update your social media accounts. Maybe every day go through and look through your Facebook pictures and delete the ones that you don't like or maybe the public would not like that aren't professional. Maybe for all of you in school, speak up in class one time, answer one question. Maybe that's your little daily thing. Turn in your assignments on time. Work on your communication skills with your friends or your family, maybe your mom. The third category is emotional. These are your emotional habits. So the biggest thing I would suggest is do the thing you don't want to do. For some of you, that could be homework. It could be going to bed early, could be waking up early. Phoning, that's a really good example. Just do one thing a day that you don't want to do, and you're going to feel so much better after it's done, that it's accomplished. What else? Eat and exercise and incorporate that into your daily life. Maybe it's affirmations. In the morning, you could write down 3 things you're grateful for, or like I said earlier, 3 things that you need to get done throughout the day. And then the last category is social. These are your social habits. So maybe this is spending more time with your friends or your family. This could be, if you're in school, this could be joining a club, making new friends, putting yourself in an uncomfortable position to push yourself towards growth. Maybe just doing one act of kindness throughout the day. Hold the door open for somebody. Offer to carry their groceries to the car. Another good one could be listening. Focus on being an active listener for your friends or your family or your coworkers. This is all about what you're doing with your time away from school or away from work. How are you taking care of your body? Are you spending enough time with your family or friends? Are you spending enough time with yourself, giving yourself a break? The next topic is accountability. Who is holding you accountable? It's really hard to hold yourself accountable. It's a lot easier when you have somebody else holding you accountable. So it could be a friend, could be a coworker, could be a parent. My advice is to find somebody who shares the same goals as you. Contact them, talk to them, make sure you guys are in it together. You're holding each other accountable. My next tip is to celebrate your little wins. Some of these goals are probably pretty big, but as you take steps to accomplish them, celebrate the little wins. Give yourself credit for what you're doing. Personal growth is huge. Every step you take matters and counts. Tracking your results is the next topic. Tracking results. This is, it's the only way to know that you're making progress. By having visuals, you know that you're making progress. You can see them. You could have a daily checklist. You could keep a journal or thermometers. Goal thermometers are huge. A lot of us have those on our power intros for our demos. Those are great. You see them every day, your customers see them, but most importantly, you are seeing them. You're reminded of them every single time you look at that screen. You could have little goal thermometers just on the side, right next to your computer. Doesn't have to be sales goals, it could be personal goals too. And then my last tip is just enjoy it. Enjoy the process. Give yourself credit for what you're doing. Be proud of yourself. So just in the past, like 20-ish minutes, you guys have already grown so much. You have looked at where you are now. You've thought about where you want to be this year, and you have figured out your why, the steps it'll take to get there, and the one thing you'll include in your everyday schedule. And now you know how to track your results as well. So now that you do have these planned out goals, it's going to be so much easier to talk about them in your demos. Mrs. Jones will know why you're doing this weird knife job, and she's totally engaged and she's totally ready to help you reach those goals. So now I'm going to promote my Friday Champs Club here. This week, Friday, 8 a.m. at Champs Club, I will be going over demo goals in more depth. So like you all know, we have the push coming up March 2nd to the 15th, and knowing how to incorporate those goals into your demo will be a game changer. So come to my Friday Champs Club to learn those skills.
All right, give it up for Miss Claire. Way to go. Wow. All
That was
right.
really good, Claire.
Yeah. What was number 5 again?
5 is the steps and milestones.
Okay. Cool. Cool. All right. Go and type in the chat. What was your biggest takeaway? Biggest takeaway. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is great. Mm-hmm. Cool. Got it. So we have a few extra minutes here. Does anyone have any questions for Claire about setting goals? Nice.